Mr. President, thank you very much for such nice and warm words and a warm welcome. If I start with Madaraka Day, I was pleasantly surprised and honored to receive the invitation to go there and celebrate this national holiday with you, with your people. And I'm looking really forward to be in other part of the Kenya tomorrow and celebrate this important day with you. Thank you, honestly. So, I became a president 2.5 years ago, and I've never been to Africa as a president. Kenya is my first visit to African continent, and I have to tell you that I'm more than happy to be here because of one important thing. There are some others as well, but one is really very important. And this is that Mr. President and myself, we both believe in multilateralism. You know, the world is having a lot of problems nowadays. And believing in United Nations and international law and humanitarian law, this is something very close to my heart, and I know it's very close to the heart of your President as well. So Slovenia and Kenya are going to cooperate on this multilateral fora, the only one we do have. And I think it's really very important to ascend this. We are going to see each other, I'm pretty sure, in September in New York when the General Assembly meeting is going to take place. So this is what we have to work on, together with an open dialogue. Your President mentioned the conflicts that you do have here in Africa. We, of course, also discussed the problems, the conflicts that we have in Europe and in Middle East. The war between Russia and Ukraine, you know, the Palestine issue, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. So this is what we have to discuss. We have to be open in dialogue, and we have to all try and strive to find solutions. This is your President's wish, and this is my wish. So this is what we have in common. I had an honor and the privilege yesterday, Mr. President, and I thanked you today at the bilateral talks that you offered me a wonderful companion to spend some time with me driving from the airport to the hotel. This is the young lady, the minister who's in charge of environment. And I know that environment is also very close to your heart. And we had a wonderful discussion about what's at stake. And we have to remain green at our hearts. Your project to build 15 billion trees, I can only applaud and say thank you for that, because you're not doing this only for Kenya. You're doing it for the whole planet, and that's what we have to realize. And we are going to meet each other at the COP30 in Brazil as well to discuss the climate crisis and climate change. So this is what our two countries are all about. And the discussions that we are having are only going to gain the friendship between Slovenia and Kenya, Mr. President. I do hope we will cooperate in economic field as well. You know, it's a lot of maneuvering space for that. I have the team from Ministry of Foreign Affairs here who will tackle these topics as well to see where the collaboration can strengthen. And I think that we can learn from each other. You said that Slovenia is very strong in artificial intelligence. It is. Some say that we have the most AI experts per capita in the world. We have our own little Silicon Valley, like you are trying to have, and you already do have it in Kenya. Artificial intelligence is one field. Pharmaceutical, agriculture. You said you're a farmer, sir. I'm not. I'm only a lawyer, sorry, and I apologize to Mr. President also on bilateral talks. But farming and agriculture is something that we do share as well. You know, food security is getting more and more important in every single country. And the wonderful joint project that we do have in common already is the space SI. We are a space nation, yeah, but we do have a tiny little satellite which has a possibility and capability to monitor rivers, to predict the floods. And this is what we already cooperate on, Mr. President. Kenya and Slovenia and our little tiny satellite who can, give us a lot of important and interesting data. Just to let you know, this tiny little satellite is also used to supervise the river Ganges in India. So it really is quite capable. Of course, Slovenia and Kenya have one more thing in common, and that's water diplomacy and water supply. Slovenian companies are trying to boost the water efficiency in Kenya with technologies that we do have. And of course, innovation is always a door to progress. Kenyan people are innovative, Slovenian people are innovative. So let's try and see what we can do with shaking hands, with cooperation. And once again, Mr. President and the people of Kenya, I cannot tell you how much privileged I do feel to be here, and especially I have to ascend this again because honestly I didn't expect the invitation to be the speaker at your Madaraka Day. And believe me, I will try to reveal my soul and the soul of Slovenian people to your people tomorrow. And I really am looking forward to that. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to spend 3 marvelous days in your country. And Mr. President, you are more than welcome to visit Slovenia anytime. Thank you very much for everything, for those first couple of hours in Kenya, 2.5 days more to come. And I'm pretty sure that I will say thank you many, many more times for the hospitality. The lyrics of the anthem of the Republic of Kenya are filled with pride, confidence and faith, an unwavering commitment to safeguarding all that the Kenyan people have fought for in their arduous journey to statehood. Our own Slovenian anthem speaks of the vital importance of individual freedom and security for the survival of the nation. These qualities, self-confidence, pride, and sense of freedom, shape and define the character of both Kenya and Slovenia. They are the pillars that prepare us for the challenge of the future. And there are many challenges ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, the fight against poverty, the protection of natural resources and biodiversity, scientific and technological progress, and above all, the need to address the risks and opportunities of artificial intelligence, to name but a few. Mr. President, for Slovenia and Kenya, development means partnership. A partnership for scientific and technological progress. A partnership to promote the development of local communities, for example, by promoting beekeeping. You know that this is very close to Slovenia's heart. Bees for peace, that's my favorite slogan. An important economic sector in both countries. And partnership to share technologies to deal with the challenges of climate change, such as strengthening climate resilience in Kenya's drylands. As I reflected on how best to express my gratitude for your warm hospitality, Mr. President, I felt compelled to share with you and all present my personal thoughts on this pleasant visit. Throughout my life, I have traveled widely. I have been deeply moved and enshrined by the many cultures and diversities that I have encountered on all of those travels. And I consider myself fortunate. I come from a country that is one of the greenest in Europe, and of course I have to say this, and I believe in this, one of the most beautiful in the world. So please, believe me, when I say, and what I say it sincerely and from the heart. You are fortunate too. You are fortunate to lead a country that is blessed with breathtaking natural beauty, a country where one can spend not just days or months, but even years enjoying all that Kenya has to offer. So let us both, Mr. President, do everything in our power to preserve our countries and to preserve the beautiness of the world. We must not allow future generations to be deprived of the great heritage that we enjoy today. In that spirit, Mr. President, of course I raise my glass virtually to you, to your country, and to all around the world who are working for a future where preserving the dignity of the people and nature around us is at the heart of who we are and what we are fighting for. A toast, Mr. President, to our friendship and our future together. And I know one beautiful word in your language, asante sana.